What type of clients do you find that you're able to help best? Not enough people realize, like, realtors are people too. What's your process when you first meet a client?
I deal with investors, from flips to holds, things of that nature. I have like a broad spectrum.
How important do you feel like timing is?
Yeah, there's a lot of fake people in this industry, and it's unfortunate because like this is such a entry level career to get into.
Thank you very much, Chris. I appreciate you joining with us.
Yeah, most definitely. I appreciate it.
So again, still nervous, but no.
We'll work through this, butterflies.
Right. So I really wanted to have a conversation with you for two reasons. One, you build some incredible houses, and I
Thank you.
have to talk about that.
Yeah. I
I
can't
have
take
to
all the
talk.
credit. But thank you.
Okay. Who should take the credit?
My father, mainly,
Okay.
1000%.
Awesome.
He is definitely the majority of the brains behind the builds for sure.
Gotcha.
And then my mom has been picking out some really badass like fixtures and hardwares and things of that nature. And then I just throw in my little 2 cents here and there. I'm like, oh, how about this? And yeah, we just make it rock and roll and we bang them out.
So it's the family coming together to make something incredible.
Yeah. And specifically like the last build that we just did, it's definitely more all of our styles. Fortunately, we have very similar tastes
Okay.
between the three of us, especially me and my dad, in the concept of the house. Go figure, right? On his offspring, we have similar tastes. What are the odds of, right?
Right.
But that's definitely a nice benefit. It makes the entire process easier than not. For sure.
Got you. So when you say you have similar tastes, what do you mean? What kind of?
For the facade part, we're really big into like the modern, contemporary style houses, things of that nature, which is kind of in right now. But we're also big into like mixing modern finishes with like natural wood colors and natural wood itself. Just kind of like to give like a nice like blend of it all.
Yeah.
We try to look at where the house is located and what style is gonna mesh in well. We don't want something that's just gonna stick out like a sore thumb per se.
Right.
So we agree on that. And then on the inside, the interior of the houses, we're all very like similar across the board. We're really like plain, simple finishes, but simple finishes that speak in volume. So
Okay.
we like to aim for, we call it like a Swedish design where everything's really light, natural with colors, like color walls, a whole nine. We do that because when you step into the house, like for us, or at least for me, I like to feel relaxed. I don't like to feel I'm in like in a dark area. That's just gonna make me feel like somber. I want something that I can like walk in, feel relaxed, like I said, and just feel cozy and be warm and welcoming. I like to see a lot of natural light in like all of our houses so far. Get a ton of natural light in them, which is nice.
Yeah.
And then because we go with like light color floors and light color walls, the light just reflects a little bit more and just gives that little bit of boost of like energy that you kind of need,
Yeah.
especially after like a long day of work.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then the most recent one that we just did, all of our finishes are essentially the same. You know, we found what we like and we just kind of stick with it. Some people may not necessarily like it to a degree because they think it's too light or there's not like a fun accent wall, whatever. We don't try to, as much personality we put into the house, we keep it neutral as well. We don't add too much of our own personality with a fun accent wall or like a vibrant color on something because not everyone's going to mesh with it. But not everyone's going to complain when they see an off-tone white color wall with natural colors. They're going to be like, oh, that's really clean and crisp. That's what I want. And then with the staging, our stager is phenomenal. She meshes the furniture really well with our houses. So it just makes it really uniform and ties everything together really well, at least in my opinion.
I'm going to make sure that there is like a walkthrough video of one of these houses while you're explaining that, because I will say this. I actually did a showing at one of the properties that you guys had done, and it comes across exactly as you said. It
The
feels like
most
a
recent one,
spa.
right?
It feels like a spa. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And it's like that level of detail requires a certain level of passion, as
yeah,
far as I'm concerned. You have to have some type of passion
for
for it.
sure, for
So,
sure.
what makes you so passionate about building homes and real estate?
It's fun. Is it gets it gets that creative side out of us, honestly. So the passion, I kind of grew up in this industry.
Hmm.
My dad has been in construction for as long as I've been alive, and vice versa. My mom with the sale of real estate, essentially.
Okay.
She was in and out, and then she went full time like early 2000s or whatever. So I kind of grew up with that. Um, and you got to really love it to produce good work.
Yeah.
If you hate it or you feel like it's like a job, it is a job. But if it's like, I got to do it, then that's where you're not going to get a good product. You got to be really passionate about it. You got to envision it, and you got to execute on it. There are going to be frustrating moments for sure, like anything else in life.
Yeah.
But as long as you're, enjoying the job and enjoying like each phase,
Hmm.
it's great. There's moments where I absolutely despise it, and it's not necessarily the build itself. It's more of who I have to communicate to get things executed.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's their subcontractors where there's a miscommunication along the way. There's always bound to happen.
Right.
But there's also things that are really frustrating that are just out of our controls, which I'm going to sound like I'm ranting right now, but like with like the utility
Rant
companies,
away, man.
with the utility companies,
Okay.
because they don't want to be held liable. Everyone's just there from 9 to 5, not their issue.
Hmm.
How like,
Yeah. Well, we're in an industry where we work around the clock. There is really like you have to set personal boundaries, but aside from that, we are open.
yeah,
Like so when you have other businesses like that they close at a certain time and they're not doing anything after that time,
yeah,
that could probably be very frustrating.
yeah, and especially if a single person in that department goes on vacation, and then someone fills in, and they're like, "Oh, let me get back to you with an answer. Let me try and contact this person."
Right.
It's like, you've had this document in your possession for X amount of time. Like, why wasn't this addressed before? Or I've called you countless of times throughout just this week alone, let alone the previous weeks. Like, why hasn't this been resolved yet? Or
Right.
whatever case may be. There's a lot of things that are just out of your control. But the things that you can control, you hold them, you know, strong grip, and like, take it a run and like have fun
Yeah.
with it.
When you find that out of the things that you can't control, obviously those are just natural frustrations that just is nothing you can do. But when you do have those things that you can control, what is your method for making sure that you bring your best self to that?
To bring my best self.
Yeah.
So it depends on the scenario, on the things I can control, right?
Hmm.
If I'm communicating with someone and I need like something done in a specific timeline, it's being very transparent from the get. Like, hey, we're starting on this day. I want clear communication of what's going to be done, when you're going to come out there,
Mm.
um, how how much it's going to cost, obviously from the get, right?
Right.
But and it's kind of setting that expectations from them. But like, if you delay your end on this, that means that person's going to be delayed because now they have to wait. So it's just,
Yeah.
go in there really calm, really transparent. Communication to me is crucial with everything.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. And then, if you're going to have like a bad conversation, or, you have to just decompress a little bit. Whatever you have to do, decompress before you go in that conversation. You just
Yeah.
want to make sure you're level headed, because if you go into something heated, one, you may not even recall the conversation because you're building up that emotion, and you have that rage inside. And then after you get done that conversation, you might not even gotten your point across because you were just so fixated on usually it's always like the little things that we get fixated on rather than just like the larger scope.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever caught yourself in a moment like, okay, I need to calm down. I need to zen.
I've deleted a lot of emails. I've deleted a lot of
That's a
text
good way to
messages
put it.
that I've had saved.
Don't we all? You type out the
Uh,
whole message into like, take that deep breath and then
yeah.
backspace, backspace.
Or I give a client or whoever a phone call, like I'm ready to like lay it in them in the sense, and then they're like, "Oh, hey Chris, how you doing?" I'm like, "Hi,
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
have a chat real quick." And
Right.
I'd rather take that extra second, take that extra night to sleep on it
Mm-hmm.
before sending anything that I will regret. I've done it in the past and I've looked like a fool.
Yeah.
And yeah, you learn from your mistakes in that regards.
I noticed that your demeanor is always zen and calm. I haven't seen it riled up yet. Like
Yeah.
I don't think I want to, because anybody who's capable of that type of chill is probably able to easily get to the other side too.
Yeah, no, I can
Yeah.
definitely flip the switch. I just choose, as you say, to like not show it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's something I've learned throughout my career, not just in real estate, just prior as well, to not necessarily show it. Now, when I'm in my own privacy, that's where I will release it. And typically, when I'm truly by myself, like driving
Mm-hmm.
or just sitting in a parking lot, that's where like I'll let one go.
Yeah.
Or right, like I'm partners with my mom on the real estate side, so sometimes I'll vent to her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or whatever, and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to know you can like, vent to people in that sense, and they understand like where you're venting from.
Right.
Because venting to my wife about my job, sometimes she's just like, "What's the issue?" I'm just like, "You just don't get it."
Right. No, that's definitely a good thing. It's almost like when it comes to where you are now and the way that you handle and maintain like your composure and the way that you go about your business, do you feel like that because you were in the restaurant industry, right?
Mhm.
Do you feel like it that built a foundation for this for you?
1,000%, especially where I was at.
Okay.
I was at a super high end hotel, super high end restaurant within a hotel, and I grew up there essentially. So I started there when I was 18, and I left there when I was, starting into real estate. So like 27, 28, whatever the case may be.
Oh wow.
So I was there for, off and on. Like I left for a couple months here and there, but I always returned back to the hotel. And like the clientele that we had there, you couldn't show that side. It was
Yeah.
very posh, right? We wore suits as a waiter,
Oh wow. Okay.
type thing. It was French service, the whole nine.
Yeah.
You have people yelling at you in your face because they want to sit at a specific table because they live within the hotel, and explaining to them they weren't allowed to because the menu that they were eating was not the same to the couple that saved up, the money to come enjoy an anniversary dinner.
Right. Right.
So being, what was it, 22 at the time, being screamed at by a multimillionaire because he wanted a specific table in the main dining room to eat scrambled eggs and bacon at 5:30 at night.
Mm.
Yeah. So you learn
That's
to
yeah.
grow thick skin and,
Yeah.
compartmentalize the feelings
Yeah.
essentially, and learn how to deal with it on your own.
Yeah.
Fitness works with anger.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. It helps to kind of channel it in the best direction possible.
Yeah.
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 I noticed when it came to like from your projects and everything else, I just had a lot of questions. I'm like, every time I noticed that we came cross paths, I'm like, man, this guy comes off really polished. Everything just seems so in order. Do you feel like you are?
No.
We
No.
never do, right?
I'm trying to, that's something I struggle with on a daily basis, and that's something I work on a daily basis. Be organized with my life, with my work schedule, with my relationship,
Right.
everything.
Right.
I think it's a constant work. I don't think I'll ever will perfect it, and I hope I never do perfect it.
Yeah, because then are you still human?
Exactly. And then
Right.
am I still working towards something? I think you always want to try to reach perfection, but I hope you never do.
Right.
There's always something to be learned. There's always a way to do something better. Yeah, so I try to focus on that.
I think self-evolution and self-improvement is the journey of being human. That is in fact the journey of life. You get
Yeah.
to the end and you get to look back and say, did you do all you could to be better, to become better, to grow as much as you can, to experience as much as you can, and
Exactly.
to be present, you know,
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
for yourself and the people that you love.
Yeah.
That's
1,000%.
that's essentially what it is,
A
right?
1,000%.
So, how do you treat your clients when it comes to, let's say you meet somebody brand new and they say, hey, I'd like to sell my house. What's your process when you first meet a client? Do you immediately try to become their best friend? How do you go into getting to know them?
So when I first meet someone, whether it's buying or selling, when it's more on the buying side, I do a little bit more casual
Mm-hmm.
in a sense when I first meet them. Obviously, still very professional. You show up dressed, whether you're wearing a blazer, the whole nine,
Mm-hmm.
wearing a polo shirt. I think there's a certain level of expectation that should be held, in
Right.
my opinion. But regardless of that, like when I first meet like a buyer, for instance, I let it to be a little bit more casual because you want to right? They say you want to shop with your friends, but there's that fine line of being too casual. You still want to be professional. You still want to speak proper,
Right.
clear in the sites, right? Um, it's not until you go further into the relationship of house shopping, because sometimes it's not always the first house,
Yeah.
right? You
Yeah.
you see multiple houses, and you show a little bit of yourself in the sense, crack a little joke here and there. But you always have to bring it back, like, okay, this is the process. These are the steps. This
Mm.
is what you should expect. Always bring back that professionalism, so that way you're showing who's in control ultimately,
Right.
because you don't want them to take control of the transaction, because then it's just all hell's gonna break loose.
Well, yeah, that's why they hired you, is
Exactly.
to take control and take the reins and direct it where it needs to go.
Exactly. And
Right.
then vice versa on the sales side, I like to match the energy of the
Mm.
seller,
Okay.
right? Usually if it's a couple, you got the husband and wife, right? Or,
Mhm.
or husband, female, whatever the case may be. There's always one person in the relationship that is more dominant than the other.
Okay. Fair
At
enough.
least I've noticed,
That's typically the process.
right? There's always one
It's
that's taking
typically
a
the
little bit more
dynamic.
control.
Yeah.
So I lean in towards that person when
Okay.
I'm sitting across the table.
Okay.
And I try to be as professional as possible. I might make a small joke here and there,
Mhm.
but ultimately at the end of the day, I'm showing them why I'm worth my value.
Got you.
I'm
Got you.
giving them the end result. I'm telling them what the end result is. And then after we get through the interview stage, because every listing appointment, whatever it gets, it's an interview,
Mhm.
whether people want to believe it or not. You're applying for a job, right? So you want to come off clear, precise, professional. Once you get in a transaction, try and show a little bit, but like there's really not much, right? Like on
Right.
the sales side, like you just want to
Right.
make sure everything's done in order for your seller, because right, they gotta pack up an entire house. So like I'll lend my hand.
Yeah.
I'm that guy, like, hey, you need help packing? Let me know.
Yeah.
I'm there. You need
Yeah.
me to run a U-Haul for you, or get in communication with the moving company? Let me know. I've literally moved clients out of their house before.
So you go above and beyond for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like that first initial interaction is very professional across the board,
Mhm.
because I don't want to, mislead people.
You don't want them to not take you seriously, not understand what your purpose is for being there,
Yeah.
or, mince anything.
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
drink a beer with you
Mhm.
at the end of the transaction. Most
Right.
likely.
Right.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably like, hey, thank you so much. I'll follow up. Like, I'll give you a call, see how everything's going, and everything.
Yeah.
Because again, don't want to cross that boundary too much. There's
No, that
that fine
makes
line.
sense.
There's
That
that
makes
fine line.
sense. I started doing something new and I feel good about it. I don't know if I can't say it works, but I feel good about it. So what I started doing is I'm not really good with the whole celebrating and the picture, and I- it's, I don't know. It's just not my thing.
Yeah.
But what I started doing is I started taking my clients to dinner after they
Okay.
moved.
Yeah.
And it kind of just happened
Yeah.
because actually my first transaction, the client took me to dinner
Oh,
to say
nice.
thank you. And I was like, this felt good.
Yeah.
It felt like, you know, hey, and then we just kind of
Felt more
moved on.
personal.
It did. It
Yeah.
did. Do you have anything that's like that, or what's your personal touch?
I've taken clients out to lunch,
I
numerous
love that. Yeah.
numerous times.
Yeah.
Like right after closing the table, like, hey, let's go grab lunch or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
1000%. But again, it depends on who it is. You gotta read the individual.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that with every client because I know every client wants that.
Exactly.
Some
Exactly.
clients is a very transactional relationship.
Yes.
So it's just like, I just need you to sell my house. I just need you to help me buy a house, and like, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah. But yeah, I've gone out to dinner. I've gone out to lunch with clients.
Mm-hmm.
I try to, right, you're supposed to get to know your clients. So I try to pick out gifts that I know are going to be meaningful for them. Now, recently, I've just been getting custom paintings done of their houses, whatever the case would be.
That's amazing.
Yeah, just so like, hey, this was like your first house.
That's way better than a stupid dinner. What do you mean? That's awesome.
It's just something, a little. I saw someone else do it, honestly. So I was like, oh, that's actually a good idea. Like, let me just get that, and it's not expensive.
Yeah.
Um,
It's not?
Wow.
Oh, that's great, man. That's great.
Save yourself a couple bucks.
No, that's a beautiful touch though, because they have that and they can keep that. You know?
Yeah, but I'm with you. I don't like to take photos. I used to in the beginning of my career in real estate, like take photos at the end, like with the I'm not like, why am I celebrating with them? Like, not for nothing. This is my job.
Yeah.
You're the ones to celebrate because you just made that purchase, or you
Yeah.
just sold that property, whatever the case would be. Like, let that moment be for you.
Right.
I don't need to be in your photo. Now, if you ask me to be in your photo, I'll be in there.
Right.
But, that's your moment.
And whoever wants the traditional experience, of course, yes,
Yeah.
we're going to give them the traditional experience. It's just, I just noticed that the norm, maybe I'm a rebel. I just seem to like, the norm doesn't fit me all the time.
Yeah.
And you seem to have found a very classy way about going about it. So it makes me curious, like, how do you actually handle and, interact with your clients and things like that? But setting that aside, let's move to this, because this was question number 2, and I don't want to run out of time.
Yeah.
I want to phrase this right. I got it. So everyone that you help, every client is different. Every situation is different. It's no two situations are going to be the same.
Mm-hmm.
So when you step into a circumstance, what type of clients do you find that you're able to help best?
People that are actually set on a specific goal, whether it's buying or selling. The people that are just constantly up in the air, those are lost causes because they're not confident in themselves. So I guess I mesh well with people who are confident, whether it's they're confident in that moment or just in general.
Okay.
Especially like type A type people. Love type A people. Everyone who does real estate loves type A people.
Well, yeah. Very decisive.
Very decisive,
simple.
right? They're confident in their decisions. The people that are like, wishy-washy, the interest rates, the house is too much, they're never gonna do anything. I've experienced that firsthand.
Yeah.
I still talk to them, don't get me wrong, but I will talk to them with like a looser leash, because I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna throw this out there to you. I've attempted to have a conversation with you countless of times. I guess when you're ready, just let me know, right?
And it's always good to be able to talk to somebody that's serious.
Yeah.
Because when they are in that state of not knowing or anything like that, you're taking them as seriously as they take themselves.
Exactly.
And you have to. Because if they show up and they're like, yeah, I really want to go ahead and do this, and then they're not too serious, you could involve another family, another person in a transaction where this client that you've taken on is not too serious.
Exactly.
And that's a dangerous game to play.
I'm kind of going through that right now with a current listing of mine where person's not terribly serious at this point, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm really big on communication. So like when I reach out to them and it takes them a day or two, we're trying to sell your house.
Yeah.
You're not responding in the appropriate, like I understand we're busy. I get it. Life. We're lifing right now. And like, I
Yeah.
hate that when they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I was busy. Congratulations. As if I'm just sitting here twirling my thumb waiting for you to come back to me.
Right.
And just putting my life on pause. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of go through it now. And it's just like, you know, ultimately it's my name at the end of the day.
Mhm.
And you're a reflection to me. And not as I'm a reflection towards you.
Yeah. I'm assuming you take pride in your name, right?
Yeah. And right, like, and you should probably take pride in your house. We're like,
Yeah.
at least I think, right? You call it home, you put down a pretty penny for it. Like, why not take pride in it and,
Right.
you know, do things accordingly?
Like overall, I think you understand, yes, the housing market and everything else, and they think about the stats and the figures, but these are people's lives.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's
People's
like,
lives.
I can help you, or you can just wait. And then if, you know, if you're in a really bad position, you
Mhm.
can wait until that one thing, that terrible thing that you've been, you know, predicting finally comes true.
Mhm.
And then it's like, oh, now we really need to go. Like, this could have been prevented,
Right.
you know, months ago, years ago, whatever the case may be.
Right. Right.
If you just, you know, made the decision that
How important do you feel like timing is?
I think it's irrelevant.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
I think the timing is correct for when you need to be correct.
Yeah.
The people waiting to sell the house for the spring market, the house is going to sell the same as it does in the winter, as it does in the spring.
Yeah.
Now you might have a little bit less buyers in the winter, but the motivated are still out there.
Yeah. They
And
are.
vice versa for people wanting to buy. Oh, I'm going to wait until interest rates go down. You and 10 other people. And guess what? When the interest rates go down, now we're having an influx of people in there. If you really are serious about buying a house, you're going to unfortunately bite the bullet on whatever the interest rate is. And you're going to have to make sacrifices in life, right? To get stuff, you have to make sacrifices, in my opinion.
Mhm.
And then, right, we have that saying, you marry the house, you date the rate. Once interest rates drop, then you refinance to a lower interest rate. And guess what? You probably built equity into the house at that point.
Right.
And you can pull that equity out to pay for whatever else you need to pay down to make your life a little more sustainable.
So do you think it's wise for a person to say, you know what, I'm ready to buy a house, I'm going to go ahead and buy a house, as opposed to getting hung up on hearsay and speculation? Honestly.
Yeah.
I hear that the market is changing. I hear, you know,
Yeah.
you always hear that. It's like, I hear this, or I think that this, and what they're trying to do is put themselves in the best possible position. But do you feel like it's the best move to just, are you ready right now? Let's do it.
Yeah, 1,000%. If it's on top of your mind and you're, you know, one, if you're able to afford it,
Mm-hmm.
1,000%, just do it now. Rip the Band-Aid off. One
Right.
thing I always regret, right, talking about like waiting and speculating and hearing other people,
Mm-hmm.
was the stock market. I remember I wanted to, you know, buy stocks when I was younger and talk to my buddies. No, don't do it, man. It's a horrible time buying.
Yeah. Yeah.
But meanwhile, they made money since then,
Yeah.
right? Like,
A lot of it.
if you think about like the wealthy people, they don't wait for shit.
Yeah.
They don't
No.
wait, right? They just do.
They're not waiting for a thing. They are decisive, and they're
So
saying, hey,
if
this
it's
is what I
good
wanna
enough
do.
for them,
Let me do this.
right? Why shouldn't you take the, like, within realm, obviously, right? Like,
Right.
if you have to save money for a down payment, that's different, whatever case may be.
Right.
But like, if you're capable of doing it, do it. If that's what you really want, do it. If you're waiting for the perfect house, let me tell you,
Yeah.
no house is perfect. Even from a new construction build perspective, nothing's ever perfect. There might be something a little off along the way, whatever case would be.
Those
Guess
type of
what?
things.
It's life. Nothing is perfect.
And then, like you said, it's life. So you don't know what's going to happen. Waiting your whole life circumstances could change.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Your whole life circumstances could change. The difference of buying now and buying later, or doing this, and any decision, really.
Yeah.
That's what led me to basically taking that leap. Is that what got you to make the decision to get into real estate? It's like,
Yeah. Yeah. So I procrastinated into getting real estate. It was something that I honestly did not want to do.
mm,
So, like I said, right, like I grew up in it. So from middle school, I started flipping houses with my dad,
okay,
every weekend for the most part. So I learned the value of a dollar really quickly and the work ethic. And then my mom was an REO queen for a while. So I saw her dealing with banks of that nature and the petty phone calls, because that in
got
itself is a whole different beast. So I was like, I'm not doing this. Went, the hospitality route, loved it, and got burnt out. And then I was like, all right, let me do real estate. Let me just start part-time. Let me
Mm,
see how this works. And, I did it for a few months part-time, whatever the case may be. COVID happened. We finished up a flip. And then that following year, I was getting phone calls back and was like, hey, do you want to come manage? Do you want to come serve while you do real estate, whatever the case may be? And I was like, not necessarily have my back up against the wall, but, like a quarter of the way there, I said, fuck it. Let me just do this,
yeah, dive in.
dive in. Let me
Why
put
not?
all my eggs in one basket type thing and give it a year. If I don't break even or do more, then I'll go back and I won't look back. And I did more than I did as a manager in my first year full time. And I was like,
Congratulations.
all right, let me just rock
Yeah.
and roll with this. And then, we just went from there.
Kept going from there. So obviously you don't regret it.
No, but I do miss it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there was, again, where I worked at, it wasn't just slinging hamburgers and French fries.
Mm,
There was a finesse.
gotcha.
There was an elegance.
Gotcha.
There was this thing in the atmosphere that was just like, you can't really describe it unless you've been in it.
Yeah.
It was controlled chaos in one of the most beautiful ways. Truthfully, I do miss it.
Yeah.
But could I go back to it? Maybe. But I do love real estate.
Yeah.
And right now, right, like talking about earlier, like organization and things of that nature, I'm still trying to find that little finesse. How can I really make this a really smooth process?
Okay.
Where it was like in the restaurant industry, right? Like we had everything down to the T. Like from the moment you walk in, you knew, all right, let me see how many covers. All right, let me get the silverware for it. Let me polish it all. Let me really make sure everything's lined up on the table. Then when service came down, having to make sure everything organized, proper silverware for each course, all nine. Like where we do have that in real estate, right? Like you show them the house, submit the offer, get on the contract, and then there's that,
Yeah.
the dupe, right? The contract where
Right.
things have to get done in a timely manner. But because there's not really so much physical aspect in real estate, I'm trying to find that where I can add that little physical touch where it can just elevate it the next level. And I feel like I have an idea, but it's just about executing it.
Gotcha.
I'm overthinking the process. I just got to do it.
Gotcha. Is it going to be like a secret sauce idea, or what's the idea?
Nah, it's just just doing little touches throughout the transaction, whether it's sending something to their office, like a little cookie, like, hey, congratulations again on the contract.
Right.
Or, just little things like that. But that's where I guess where the construction side comes in, where I can go and do the little touches that, can maybe elevate the house. Even if it's just sweeping the damn floor.
Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Just something, some kind of little extra, something physical to actually get you more involved in it.
Yeah.
In a different way.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So what's your specialty as far as clients?
So I deal with investors,
Okay.
from, from flips to holds, things of that nature, trying to find lots for them to build. But also deal with a lot of first time home buyers, just from my age and all that stuff.
Right.
And then I do downsizers. So I don't necessarily have a niche per se.
Mhm.
Right? I have a broad spectrum, but I'm very immersive in each one of those things. So if you're trying to buy a first house, cool, let's look at some options because I'm going to try and make you into a landlord with their first property, right?
Yeah, yeah. You're
If
trying to
you're
help them level up. Like, let's.
exactly like in that generational growth.
Yeah.
If you're a downsizer, fantastic.
Right.
Let's try and find something that's like not too small for you, because that's
Mhm.
going to be a major shock to the system. Let's try and work, like just try and find something within the medium, and let's really like plan out the timeline, because I just had a sale earlier this year where they're the first homeowner. Like they were the first owners of that house. That house was built in the 60s. So you're talking all these years, 60 odd years they lived in that
Just
house.
one homeowner.
That's
Yeah.
a lot of house to pack up.
Yeah.
So, working, well, I'm like, hey, this is a realistic time frame to pack everything and, to deal with the emotion side effect of it all.
That
And
what you
then
mean.
from the investor side, you gotta grow them a little bit. When I
Mhm.
first started, oh, you're an investor, cool, 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 let's go, let's go, let's go.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, I gotta talk to my partner. Like, how many partners you got? Like, oh, there's like 5 of us. I'm like, all right, you're not serious. Like, I've learned how to weed them out.
Mhm.
And it's awful to say, like, if someone tells me they have more than 1 or 2 partners, I'm not really gonna talk to you, because it's gonna take a lifetime to get a response, because you gotta go to that person, that person, that person, that person.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but you gotta grill them. They're like, all right, is this your first time investing? No. How many properties have you flipped?
Yeah.
What are those properties so I can look it up?
Right.
I want to see the quality of work.
Right.
If you're a landlord, how many doors do you have, or how many properties have you purchased? So I understand like what your knowledge is in the whole buying process and landlord process, because that in itself is a whole different beast. Like, do you have your own property management group? Do
Mhm.
you manage your own properties? Like,
So you're not wasting any of their time. You're making sure that you have all of the information to help them get what it is that they're after, which is
I don't want to waste my time.
okay.
I-
Okay.
It's 2 ways.
Yeah.
I don't want to waste their time, and I don't want to waste my time,
No, that makes sense.
because there's some people I just don't mesh well.
Yeah.
And I just rather not lose my cool and my patience with it,
I
because
gotcha.
then I'm gonna bring that negativity home, and
Nobody wants that.
I'd rather just be cool and evil, and even at my own house,
Yeah.
and not have to worry about whatever's going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
No, that makes sense, because I was spinning my wheels for a while.
Yeah.
In a lot of different directions, just because I take people at what you tell me. What you tell me, I'm going to believe that you're serious, that this is what you're saying, this is what you mean to do. And I didn't ask those extra layers of questions.
Yep.
And the questions that you're asking, I've learned to ask for those same reasons, to make sure, like, hey, don't spend your time going into this, because if there are too many different people involved in something, yes, now you're waiting for possibly the whole day to get one document signed
exactly,
that could have been signed and moved on, and the person that is most serious, they've already signed it.
exactly. Like, I have a
So,
couple of core investors that, one, they trust my intuition.
Mhm.
They're like, do you think this is a good deal? Yes or no? If I say yes, they're like, all right, cool, go ahead and send the offer. If no, then all right, well, let's just kind of move on.
Right.
And those are the people I'll like lean towards. Just because I know how they work, they know how I work, they know what I would do for them.
Yeah.
I going back to like the operation side, like I do go above and beyond for my clients. I do things that some agents don't do,
Yeah.
because they feel like it's the job of the buyer or the seller to handle whatever it is. I'm like, it is to a degree, but they don't really
But-
know what the hell they're filling out.
Yeah.
So if I can just take that one thing off their plate to make this process easier for myself, ultimately,
Right.
very selfish, right? Like,
But I wouldn't call it selfish. I would call it like, you're looking at it, and you almost have to look at it from a self-central place. You have to.
Yeah.
And if you don't, you end up just expelling all of your energy and wasting it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So no, I wouldn't call it selfish, but some people may. I don't know.
yeah, I mean, like, because we all want the end goal.
Right.
And if I can get us quicker to that end goal, I'm going to take that step away from you and just
Mm.
do it.
You know, that actually brings to mind something. And not enough people realize, like, realtors are people too.
Yeah.
And not all people mesh.
Yep.
So you're talking about the specific type of clients that you work with and the clients that you take on. You getting to that early on saves you, saves them,
Yep.
saves everybody time, because now they can find the realtor that's right for them.
Yeah, 1,000%. Great example. I just went on a listing appointment a handful of weeks ago in Philly, and when I pull comps, first I do them ahead of time, right? You want to know what's selling in that neighborhood, what's going on. You want to have all your information.
Right.
Then when I go there, I have it saved, but I'll redo it in front of them so that way they can see exactly where I'm getting my data from.
Gotcha.
I'm very transparent. So I did this with this individual. It was a new construction that he did. And right off the rip, he asked me what my commission was. I told him it. He's like, oh, this other person said I can do it. They can do it for less. So I was like, good for them. This is what I charge. And I was even giving him a little bit of break because he was referred to me from a good buddy of mine, right?
Gotcha.
He's like, oh, okay. I was like, okay. Going through the numbers, and he's like, oh, the other realtor told me I can get like 500 or something. So I just kind of stopped, and I shook his hand, and I was like, best of luck. And he was shocked. He's like, what? And I was like, we're not going to agree on this. I was like, one, I'm charging more than the other guy, right? He's like, yeah. I was like, two, I'm about $80,000 below what he just told you. And my highest number is maybe. I'm not even confident in this number.
Right.
And he was like, I was like, the highest sale has an extra room and the double square footage and an extra bathroom. I was like, do yourself a favor, call that realtor and ask him where he got his information from and his data, and have him show it to you. Because you see where I'm pulling this. And like, especially in Philly, I don't go more than a quarter mile.
Right.
I even try to stay within like a block, maybe 2 blocks, right? Because there's so many houses like within that area.
Yeah. It has to be really tight.
It's got to be really tight.
Yeah.
Still waiting to hear back. I'll follow up with him until he tells me to go pound sand.
Yeah, but in that situation, right? You gave him a lot to think about, and that's like the same conversation that you have with any client. You're going to give them a lot to think about in that circumstance, because do you want to take the person that's so serious about their number and so serious about the way that they negotiate that they're saying, hey, I can't compromise what I can get you. I'm not going to just sell you a dream. I'm not going to tell you you can get something that I believe to be unrealistic. Or do you want to go with that person that's, going to give them what they want to hear? A lot of people, they would rather go with what they want to hear and feel disappointed when that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And it's sad to see that be the letdown situation. I've disappointed some people.
Yeah.
By just me saying, hey, this is what I believe I can do and things like that. But I learned how to don't overshoot.
Yeah.
Don't overshoot. You may want to get everybody every single dollar, but just don't overshoot.
Exactly. And you have to set that expectations in the beginning.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, all right, like you want me to list your house like 20,000 above. I'm not going to say no for like, right. 20,000 isn't that much of a difference per se.
Right.
But be like, if we don't get anything in the first week or two, not even damn showing, we're dropping the price.
Yeah.
But for that particular circumstance, like we were just too far off. We were really far off. And again, I really like my name and my reputation.
Right.
So I'd rather just lose that deal and just move on.
And just let it be that.
And just let it be. And it probably saved me a lot of unpleasurable conversations.
No, that makes.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, guess what?
Yeah.
We got nothing.
Yeah, right. So what's your methodologies as far as just business and life?
Methodology. I've never been asked
that.
Yeah. I don't like drama, man.
Yeah.
I like clean, good work. Less drama, the better. I like energetic people, and but at the same time that are able to just sit and just do nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my thing. Like no drama.
No drama.
I hate drama.
Keep it clean and simple.
Because like I'll get angry real quick.
Got it.
And I'll yell. And it's just not fun.
Yeah.
That's in the past.
Yeah.
I'm not a child anymore.
Right.
Like people are like really high strung and I need this now. I'm like, dude, it's gonna get done. It's 9 o'clock at night. Don't text me. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those type of characteristics, do you feel like it helps you when it comes to overall being successful?
yeah, for sure. Because, people don't necessarily want to be around, especially with such an emotional transactions. They don't want to be around someone that's like got a lot going on. You can have a lot going on, but don't say it.
Yeah.
Don't show it.
Don't put that out there.
Be professional in that sense.
I got you.
We've dealt with agents that are like, I got this. I'm like,
Yeah.
again, you think I'm just sitting here twirling my thumb?
Yeah.
Like, no, we all got shit going on.
We do.
It's just like, how are you gonna portray that?
Exactly.
Like, I'd rather always be like, people know me for just saying whatever the hell I want to say, especially cursing. I'm trying to refrain from that.
I
But
don't know why. Why we got to stop here? Why? Because I curse all the time. All the time, and I don't know how to not.
yeah, right. So like, I it's like a grain of salt for me. So like, I know who I can do that with, and I know who I can't really do that with. Going back to like the hospitality industry thing, right?
Yeah.
We had like the words on the wall, the no words, the words within the box you shouldn't say, things like that.
Right.
But as soon as I walk through the kitchen door, it's like, what the
Yeah, I get what you mean. I get you.
but like, yeah, you gotta be cautious because people are sensitive now.
Makes sense.
And they're like, oh, you shouldn't say that. I'm like, if you don't like me for me being me,
Yeah.
like, listen, I'll take the shirt off my back. I'll call you an idiot right in front of your face and take the shirt off my back if you're bleeding.
I get
just
you.
know I'm gonna bust your balls a little bit.
I mean, it adds a little spice to the entire situation, and I feel like it's necessary. But I
Yeah.
was raised in like the way that I was raised is say fuck if you mean it.
Yeah.
Say shit if you mean it. If whatever word it is, just make sure that you mean it.
Yeah.
Like understand the definition of it, learn how to use it, and
Yeah.
if you mean it, say it, and that's okay.
And say it with confidence.
And that's how I was raised as a kid. So it was like nothing was off the table from what you could say. So now I get in interactions with people and they're like, oh, you got to censor yourself and things like that. All my life, like adult life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why?
Yeah.
I never got it.
Yeah. Now I still curse.
Yeah.
Again, depending on like who I'm with, I gotta like tone it down a little bit. Right. Like, don't be naive to that.
Right.
And know like when you can just be your genuine self. And people always will get my genuine self. It's just how much.
I
and yeah, so
yeah.
Yeah.
Now that makes sense. That makes sense. I don't think I've met many people that were completely offended personally.
Right.
But what they were was like they were secondhand offended. They were offended for the idea of what they thought other people were going to think.
Who gives a shit, man?
Which is crazy, right?
Like, I honestly do not care what people think of me.
But think about this. Hey, you probably shouldn't curse so much because other people are going to think this. So you're not bothered by it, but you're bothered by the idea that
because who cares what words come out of my mouth? At the end of the day, as long as you're getting the result that I promised or that you're expected, does it really matter what I say? Like, did I say something that offensive just because I threw in the word shit and fucking in a couple sentences? Now I'm not going to type that out.
No.
Speaking and typing are two very different things, and
No.
unfortunately, a lot of people don't know how to differentiate them.
Yeah.
Right. Like especially in email, I despise when people send emails as if they're texting and speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the shorthand.
And throw emojis.
Yeah.
Hate emojis. I feel like I'm forced to use emojis.
That's funny. I still don't know how to use them. I'm still learning.
I'm like, is this the correct emoji?
Nope. And you're probably sending the wrong message. I want you to know that.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
That's why I just don't send emojis.
I'm telling you up front.
That's why I don't
Whatever
send
you
emojis.
thought that emoji was, it's not that.
And then, right, when text messages, like, I will misread a text message.
Oh, man.
So, like, that's why, like, earlier when I was like, I'll call a client, and I'm like, ready. And they're like, oh, hey, Chris. I'm like, I totally misread that.
Yep.
See, I'm more of like, I'm going to pick up the phone, talk you through this entire process, answer any questions you have.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'd rather talk on the phone than anything. So that way you can get a clear, like, it's like the pulse of the conversation.
Yeah.
You know where it is.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Exactly.
That's wild. That's wild. I don't know. People take things in and out of context, but I just find that I don't think that people are sensitive. I think that people are trying to figure out what really bothers them and why. And a lot of people, they take things in the way that they mean, and they want people to validate them, right?
Yeah.
But we don't know how to do that as a culture yet.
And also, I feel like people feel like their opinion is like the holy grail. It's
Mhm.
like, dude, no, like we all deserve our own opinion. You may not agree with my opinion. Cool.
Right.
Let's just move on. Like,
Yeah.
don't judge me because of this one thing. Like, if you're gonna judge me for that one thing, man, you're gonna have a hard life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
You can't zoom into any one thing, good or bad, that a person does and think that that's them.
yeah,
It's not.
yeah,
There's a whole other side.
Yeah.
Guarantee you, if it's good, it doesn't matter whether it's good or bad. You get to know that part, and you think that that's that whole person. You are sadly mistaken.
Yeah.
Because there's a whole nother side to them that you'll never know or don't know yet.
like if you think I'm an asshole just because I told the truth,
Yeah.
whew,
Right. Right.
I'm sorry that people have lied to you your entire life. You don't like to hear the truth.
Right.
I'd rather someone tell me straight up what the situation is or whatever case may be, rather than lie to me and then I hear behind my back like, oh, they really like, just tell me, man.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
okay. You're not gonna hurt my feelings.
It's
Guess who's
always
gonna hurt my feelings?
It's always better.
My wife. That's the only person that can like, I get like emotional with just
Yeah.
because it's her.
Right.
Everyone else, sayonara. If you don't like me, I mean,
That's okay.
that's okay.
Yeah.
Like, people come and go.
So is your wife in real estate as well, or does she do anything?
So we met in the hospitality industry. So she got
Really?
some thick skin too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So it works well.
100%. She cares like me sometimes. It's funny. And, like the way like we talk with each other, like if you heard us, you're like, yo, like they hate each other. Like, no, but we're actually like passionately in love.
Got it.
Today's
Got it.
actually our 3-year anniversary.
I could tell the way that you just lit up just
Yeah.
now. That's good.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
good.
no, she's badass.
And happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, she's awesome. She works at an accountant's office now.
Okay.
And yeah, she's a little rebel over there,
Got it.
Yeah, she kicks ass over there.
Got it. So is it one of those things where you just knew, or did
Yeah.
it take a while? How did it go?
Yeah. So I always say like I technically stole her from a former friend.
Oh, it happens.
It happens, but that guy was also a doucherella.
Gotcha.
So it was for the better for the both of us.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
But yeah. So
Okay. And are you guys looking at a long life? What's in the future for you?
yeah, so I'm really glad she got into this accounting firm because it kind of opened up her eyes with the investments just because of clientele. So like, we definitely have goals to buy investment properties here, rent them out eventually, and then our life goal is to potentially move to Portugal when we're older, have our
Okay.
investment properties here, and then she's a huge animal lover and like turned me into a larger. Like I always loved animals, but being around her just made it more.
Yeah.
And again, like going like back to fitness is like an outlet for us. So like my dream goal is to kind of like mimic an influencer who I follow, who has like a fitness farm in a sense,
Okay.
where they have like animals and like goats, horses, cows, whatever the case would be,
Right.
vegetables, and then like a gym with sauna and cold plunges, the whole nine. And,
Yeah.
like he has like memberships. So like
That's pretty cool.
kind of have like that
Yeah.
sense here, and then like also like have like A-frame cabins to like Airbnb one portion. So just like a whole bunch of stuff, and then still do the real estate. Eventually start a team or a larger team.
Mhm. And then
yeah.
just grow it and expand it from there.
Grow and expand it, the whole nine.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm working some other stuff.
Yeah.
Right now that will hopefully like help me get to this goals quicker, sooner rather than later.
So it seems like you're kind of carrying the torch that your parents carried. And,
Yeah,
and
for sure.
you're proceeding on with that legacy. Do you hope that your children end up in real estate?
No children.
Huh?
No children.
No?
No.
Okay.
No. I have 4 nephews.
That's enough.
They're all adorable and little shitheads in their own little way. Maybe I'll pass off some kind of knowledge to them if they want to listen to me. If not, that's cool too.
Okay.
But yeah, no children are in.
I want you to send me a FaceTime when you have a kid. No,
But you know, like I hear people are like, oh, it's great. Like, I'm sure it is. Listen, not for nothing. I think me and my wife will make a beautiful child. I'm not disagreeing with that. And I'm sure we would enjoy it to a certain aspect, but at the same time, like,
that's not in the plan.
I'm cool.
Okay.
I'm cool.
Hey, you never know.
You never know.
You never know. I believe you. You're cool.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying you never know because I know life. You never know.
Yeah, you never know. You're right. Life. Exactly.
Yeah, life. Okay. Well,
so the legacy that I'll be leaving is the real estate side.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
You already knew where I was going.
Yeah. So what kind of legacy am I going to leave, right? Not just real estate, just as me as a whole, right? I think people like get fixated like, oh, I'm going to leave the legacy to my kids. Like, that's nice and all. But your kid's going to be an adult and they're going to have their own opinion and their own emotions in life.
They're going to be a whole different person.
Don't trying to like pressure it, right? If they want to fall into it, like let them fall into it, but don't put this like pressure on them to like, you got to carry the legacy, son. You know what I mean? Like, let them be.
Yeah, so many people have had that happen to them over the century.
And I've met some of those people. They hate life.
Yeah.
They despise life. They went to the best schools possible, and guess what? They're the same piece of shit then that they are now.
Yeah.
Like,
it happens that way. So, real estate is the legacy.
Real estate, just me as a human being.
Yeah.
That's just me as a human being.
Okay.
I want people to like think of me like, oh, he was authentic.
Gotcha.
He didn't fake being whoever the hell he was to please someone.
That makes sense.
Like, I don't care who you are, what your net worth is. You could be the janitor at the, elementary school and be the CEO of a person. I'm still going to talk to you the same way. I'm still going to treat you the same way. So like, I guess my legacy is like, just like my authenticity. Like, I'm someone who can just converse with anyone and see the good in you.
That hits home for me because that's all I've got is me.
Yeah, that's
just who I am. I can offer that. That's it.
Yeah.
Aside from that, a lot of things that people do in real estate, it works for them. And kudos to them.
Yeah.
It works for them. But I cannot, I can't jump into something that I'm not wholeheartedly in.
Yeah.
That's why we're sitting here.
Yeah.
Because this is my way to learn about real estate, talk to people that are in real estate, and share it with the people that, I can reach.
Yeah.
That's the message.
Yeah.
That's all this is about.
1,000%.
There are other ways to go about it that I find that disingenuous feeling.
Yeah.
It's like the ick. I can't do.
There's a lot of
dishonest
people in this industry.
It doesn't sit well with me. I wouldn't be able to sleep.
Yeah. There's a lot of fake people in this industry. And it's unfortunate because, right, like this is such a entry level career to get into.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will like manipulate their way through things, and then like who you think they actually are, they're really not.
Man.
And like you hear like the stories like, oh yeah, like they're like talking shit about you in life, but like right, like I'm in front of their face and they have nothing to say.
Yeah.
Like no, like earlier, right? Like I'd rather you just be honest with me because I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
And guess what? I'm not gonna go to bed like thinking like
no.
It is what it is, man. Like,
and just keep it like that.
Just keep it going. Take one on the chin. Keep it rolling.
I'll put it this way. For me, I had to build myself just as a human being. Like this person that's in front of you right now, I had to build this person. Like,
and that's great.
I made a lot of mistakes. I had to learn how to have the integrity system that I could be proud of.
Yeah.
I had to learn how to have the values that I can, that mean something to me. Like I had to build that.
Yeah.
And I think that people don't always remember, like, you're consistently building yourself, and what are you building?
Yeah, and it's
You know?
something you have to do every day.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you did that because right, like not many people do that. They get complacent or they play the victim card.
Yeah.
Oh, this didn't happen because of this scenario or whatever the case may be. Like
Yeah.
every day you got to work at and not just work at your career, but like also like work on yourself mentally and
Right.
physically. Like
Right.
be better. Like
Yeah.
right, like they say, like 1% every day. Like that is so true,
Man.
regardless of the situation.
Man.
Like I know so many people that lost a lot, and when you talk to them, guess what? They're high spirited. They're like, and they get back on their shit
Yeah.
because they don't dwell on negativity because nothing good comes from that.
At all. Well, I will say this. Something good comes from negativity. Is there, you ever heard, like, when a person gets so depressed, so sad, that there's nothing left at the end of that, and then you just circle back into joy?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what I found.
Yeah. Good.
That's
Right.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
But and those lessons that you learn and the things that come from that are usually groundbreaking, earth-shattering, life-changing.
Mhm.
Those are the things that make you faced with that moment, like that fork in the road, which way are you going to go in life?
Exactly.
So that would be the only good thing that I could say that comes from that negativity. But unfortunately, like what you were referring to, people stay in that middle part of it where it's no action.
Like, right, like you ever hear the story of like the twin brothers, or I'm just using twin brothers as an example.
Okay.
They grew up with an alcoholic father.
Mm-hmm.
One brother went and became an attorney. The other brother became an alcoholic himself. They both had the same cards dealt, right?
Right.
It's just, what are you going to make of it?
Exactly.
Are you going to dwell?
Exactly.
And be like, oh, I was doing da, 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 da. And right, like I feel like the people that are constantly something's bad happening, it's like they don't have anything positive to say anyway. They're just always looking at the negative things in life.
I got you.
Where like you gotta reframe your mind, right? So that like you gotta work on yourself. Like you worked on yourself when you were down and under. Like right, you had that, like you were at the fork in the road.
Mm-hmm.
Which way am I gonna go?
Oh man.
Right? And like
Oh,
if you
man.
choose yourself and like choose to like just 1% better. I put my shoes on today.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
go for that jog in 2 weeks. Like I just heard a podcast talking about this where like person was trying to lose weight. They had like 60 pounds and they wanted to start running or whatever. So like what did they do? They start one thing at a time. They put the shoe by the door,
Mm-hmm.
put the shoe on. They
Mhm.
walked to the driveway the next day,
Oh man.
came back. They walked down to the block the next day, came back, and like
A
just
little
little
bit at a time.
little bit at a time, right? Like
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
it's not going to happen overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day.
I
And
do it
I've-
by force, bro.
Huh?
I do it by force. I literally force myself out of the bed in the morning, like as early as I possibly can.
Yeah.
You know how you like almost wake up? I wake up like just a little bit at around 5 a.m. So I force myself out of the bed.
Better
at
than
that
me.
time. I'm up.
Yeah.
I just force myself to get up. That's the only way that it happens. But continue.
But
Yeah.
but it's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Like you have to push yourself in these uncomfortable moments because that brief uncomfortable moment
Mhm.
is going to better you in the future,
It does.
and it's going to put you ahead of your competition or whoever, even if it's yourself. Like
So, you know how they say you're in competition with yourself, you're in competition with your future. Who are you in competition with?
with myself for sure.
Yeah.
I definitely hold myself to a high standard, and I don't know if it's just like the pressure I was raised with, and it's not necessarily pressure like my parents put me on. It was just they encouraged me to do whatever I wanted to do,
Gotcha.
which was nice. But just definitely do it with like full force.
Yeah.
But it was just always something that I've just grew up with. Like I think it was just because I come from a household of like strong work ethic, right? Like my
Yeah.
dad worked, 6 to 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Construction, and my mom had her own business at one point, and she was working 7 days a week and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So it's just like living up to like that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Do better every day, and I'm I am my own worst enemy and I am my own best friend in that regards. Yeah, so yeah, I'm in competition with myself just to prove, not to prove to anyone else,
Yeah.
just really to prove myself that I'm capable of doing something. And it's funny, whenever I do accomplish that, I never get the satisfaction.
Why not?
Because I want more.
Ah.
I want better.
Okay.
Right? I'm always trying to seek perfection. I
Yeah.
hope I never get there.
Yeah.
Because then I lose the drive to do anything.
So it's like the vision is in front of you, you go for it, you hit the target. Now you're here, and do you enjoy it as you're going for that next target?
No.
No, you just keep going.
Just keep,
Fly right on by it.
yeah, I just keep going.
Don't forget to stop and smell the roses, man. You have to.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's why I like, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't really buy anything like materialistic. For me, like my reward, I guess, is to take my wife on a trip somewhere,
Okay.
like to Europe or whatever case may be.
That makes sense. That's
Um,
awesome.
Yeah, so I guess like that is like my reward in a sense. Or buying, I don't know, getting tattoos, but that's not really.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I did that. How did I do that? Let me repeat that and just do one extra thing to exceed that next time.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I will never be satisfied in life with that, with like what.
I think that that's probably the healthiest like outlook that you can have, is to not be satisfied, because who wants to be full? Like,
Yeah.
I don't want or need anything. Like, people think that that's what you want. You don't want to have any needs. No, what you don't want to do is you don't want to feel like you do have needs. So you want those needs met, but you also, like, you want to strive for things, because otherwise you can't be an actualized human being.
Yeah.
Like, did you even exist? Did you even exist?
Exactly.
There.
Exactly.
There.
Yeah. No, I agree 1,000%.
That's how it is. But I appreciate you sitting down with me.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for this conversation.
Yeah, man.
It's dope.
Pleasure all mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we're all good, man. That was great.